Inside an air traffic control tower, what controllers see?
Hi, I'm Name. Today we're going inside an air traffic control tower to see how controllers manage the skies, what their consoles show, and how they keep flights safe and on schedule. We'll talk radar, radio, flight strips, visual cues, and a typical controller's workflow. Let's go meet the team. I'm here with lead controller name title. How long have you been working here?
Brief intro. Years, role, e.g. approach, tower, ground, or local.
What's the biggest thing you want people to know about your job?
We're constantly processing information, visually and on displays, and communicating to keep aircraft separated and moving efficiently.
Ground controller manages taxiways and runway crossings. Local tower controller controls takeoffs and landings. Clearance delivery, sometimes. Issues IFR clearances. Approach, departure, sometimes in same facility. Handles arrivals and departures around the airport.
We're one team, each with a scope of responsibility.
From the tower, you get an incredible visual of the airport. Runways, taxiways, ramps, and the initial traffic pattern. But sight is only one part. Controllers combine visual observation with instruments and radio to manage complexity.
At busy times, you can't rely on sight alone. Resolutions come from radar and electronic tools.
Primary radar returns blips. Secondary radar and transponders provide aircraft identity and altitude. Modern systems include ADS-B, which broadcasts precise GPS position, velocity, and other data.
These labels show the call sign, altitude, ground speed, and vectoring symbols. I watch a target's movement to anticipate conflicts.
We assign taxi routes, manage pushbacks and runway crossings, and use stop bars and taxiway lights to guide aircraft safely.
A big part of what controllers see is through their headsets, the radio.
Wind 270 at 12, cleared to land runway 27, report vacated. Cleared to land runway 27, call sign. We sectorize the field, scan each area, use binoculars for distant traffic, and constantly cross-check radar and data blocks. I build a mental model by sweeping my gaze, outside, then the scope, then the strips, constantly aligning what I see. Each flight has a strip with key info, call sign, type, departure destination, route, altitude. They're a shorthand for coordination. We mark strips to show taxi hold, departure time, and runway assignment, then pass the strip to the next controller for handoff and coordination.
For arrivals, controllers sequence aircraft to create safe spacing, typically measured in miles or time depending on approach types.
Using the radar, we sequence traffic, vector aircraft to final, issue speed control instructions, and stage aircraft in holding when needed.
Separation minima, cover vertical, lateral, and longitudinal spacing. For example, 1,000 feet vertical separation below FL 290. Lateral and wake turbulence spacing are measured in miles or minutes depending on procedure.
In fog, visual references are reduced. Low visibility procedures change taxi and landing clearances. We rely on RVR, special lighting, and increased spacing rules.
Narrator. When RVR drops below published minima, low visibility procedures apply and go-arounds may be required. Pilot. Simulated. Tower. Flight 123. Going around, climbing runway heading.
Technology has changed the tools, but the controller remains central.
Electronic flight strips, decision support tools, and conflict alert systems reduce workload and increase safety. We manage fatigue and shift work, use team communication, checklists, and redundancy to keep operations safe. On busy mornings, we sequence arrivals by controlling speed and spacing. I call speed reductions and clear aircraft when spacing is safe. If an aircraft declares trouble, we prioritize it, coordinate fire and rescue, clear the runway, and reroute other traffic.
Controllers coordinate with airline dispatchers, airport operations, ground handlers, and emergency services.
We coordinate runway maintenance, issue NOTAMs, divert flights for weather, and respond to wildlife strikes.
From the tower, you can see what's visible to spotters: aircraft types, liveries, and pilot airline behavior. But many of the behind-the-scenes decisions are invisible to passengers.
Many enthusiasts use ADS-B apps to track flights, but these apps aren't a substitute for official ATC communications.
Q. Do controllers talk to every pilot individually? A. Yes, whenever controlling them, until handoff. Q. How many planes can one controller handle? A. Depends on traffic complexity, safety, not a fixed number. Q. Can pilots ignore controllers? A. No, they must follow unless safety requires otherwise. Coordination follows regulations. Q. Do controllers talk to every pilot individually? A. Yes, whenever controlling them, until handoff. Q. How many planes can one controller handle? A. Depends on traffic complexity, safety, not a fixed number. Q. Can pilots ignore controllers? A. No, they must follow unless safety requires otherwise. Coordination follows regulations. I trained through the academy and intensive simulator sessions, then earned my license and recurrent checks. We manage fatigue with scheduled breaks, thorough briefings, and constant cross-checks to stay sharp.
Thanks to airport name controllers for letting us in. Next time you fly, remember there's an entire system and people watching out for you, both by eye and by technology. Hi, I'm Name. Today we're going inside an air traffic control tower to see how controllers manage the skies, what their consoles show, and how they keep flights safe and on schedule. We'll talk radar, radio, flight strips, visual cues, and a typical controller's workflow. Let's go meet the team.